Hello, old guy in shed. For the observant among you, you'll notice I'm not in my usual blue coat. This is because today I've got a reasonable day out there. It's the roads. First time I've seen them drying. It appears, or seems like months. It's very cold. But it's dry and bright. So I'm going to take out the little Moto Morini 250. I've not ridden it yet. I've run it when I first got it, make sure it ran. So today is the day I'm going to take it out for a ride. I'm going to have the old helmet cam on. I'll give you a talk around as I'm going. And I'll see you back here in a few moments and we'll see how we get on with the little devil. Should be good. I'm quite excited about being out. It's like, I feel like, you know, being let out of the asylum for a day. We'll see how that one goes. Right, talk to you soon. Okay, 250 Morini. Not run it yet. As I say, not ridden it yet. She should go quite easily, a couple of prods, and she's away. She's a very easy bike to live with. Only one choke. It doesn't seem to like being run on both. There she goes, and we're away. And we can take off. Like I say, it's bloody cold, but there we go. Got to do these things we do for the sake of our art. Just try and move things about a bit, make sure I can use them, and away we go. She should clip in and away. There we go. I am overdubbing this because I find the microphone for the camera is just too wind noisy, and I think this is a better option. Hopefully you'll agree. It's a little bit overcast here and there, but by and large it's quite a nice day. It's the best we've had for a long time. It's the first time I've had an opportunity to actually run this this bike. So usual stuff, usual run that I'm going to go. I have this little route that I go round locally, around the local lanes. I have to say that this little bike feels very good. I'll just take it off the choke now, and that's it. She's up and away. I have to say it's torquier than I expected on first impression. I'm not really sort of having to sort of rip it up or anything to get it going. It's going quite well, and it's tidy. Yeah, I have to say it's very pleasant. I cannot think of anything to say that's disparaging about it so far. Time will tell. What I'll do is I'll be giving it a little bit of, 30 mile an hour in top gear and one thing and another to see how it goes once it's warmed up. It's not fully warmed up yet, and I'll be giving it a little squirt to see how the motor sort of reacts to being pushed a bit harder. But through the village here it's lovely. I have to say it's very smooth. I think it's a bit smoother than the 350 I had. Identical engine to look at, but obviously this is smaller. But we're now we're leaving the village, so we can just pick up the pace a little bit and just see what she feels like, and away we go. Yeah, up through the box and we're away. It's very pleasant, I have to say. Mind you, anything would be pleasant for the amount of time I've been off a motorbike. I think a rally wisp would be really cool at the moment. But she's away, and we're going through a little bit of blue sky. Look at that, looks like the Simpsons, that blue sky and clouds. But there we go, shows you my misspent time. The weather it's the first time I've had a good chance to ride a bike, and this, I couldn't have picked a better one. It is just so pleasant. It is really smooth. I mean, she's not exactly hot yet, but she's responding beautifully to the throttle, and it's so light. It's encouraging you to ride hard as you can. It's good. And this is a left-hand uphill, and no, she's lovely. She just pulled through it. I did expect it to bog a bit, but it hasn't. It's very torquey considering its size. There's only two little 125 pistons banging up and down. And through these sort of twisty little bits. Ooh, yep, she turns in a little bit quick. A little bit quick. Just got to be very sort of tender with her. She's so easy to ride, so light. And again, it's just to just shift down a bit now, and away we go. Yep, picks up beautifully. The handling and the ride just feels so easy. I'm coming up to a very slow left-hander now, so I'm going to drop down the gears and really zip it up and just see now what it wants, how it goes up through the rev range properly. It's very slow, this bit, and then I'm just going to whiz it up and see how she goes. Let's just see how she does this. Oh yes, this is what she's good at. It likes to be revved. This little bike likes a little bit of rev. It really does. And now it is so comfortable in terms of the engine. It's just sweet as you like. I mean, it's a quick little bike. It's not. It doesn't pull your arms off. I'm not for a moment saying that this thing is going to be sort of arm-jerkingly, neck-snapping fast. It isn't, but it's nippy. It really is, and it likes being revved. And it's really pleasant. It's just cruising along here. This would keep up with a lot of bigger bikes. It really would. I have to say that the engine is very civilized. The handling is very predictable, if a little bit sharp. And I'm kind of pleased to have got rid of the GT380, to be honest, because as civilized and as good as that bike was to me, this is actually a little bit more fun. It's sort of this. I'll ride it at the same speed as the GT380, and I'm sure it would keep up with it, to be honest. And it's a little. I was a bit concerned about the handlebars and the ergonomics, but because it's such a short tank, although it has got lowish bars, it's not uncomfortable. I'm not resting on my arms that much. It's really good. We're having to slow down a little bit now because of traffic and just the state of the roads and what have you. But no, it's really pleasant, and this has been a nice little trip for me. It's been good for the soul, as they say. Good for the soul. Catching up with these guys now, and they're only going to be going slow. But it's okay. Slow is good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to change down. Well, I might do for this bend. But we're coming into another village shortly, and I won't change down. I'll leave it in top because we'll be doing around about 30 mile an hour, and we'll just see what it's like, because this is the reality of running on our roads these days. You do end up going much slower than you'd like to go, but it's a case of how flexible is this little 250. It is so light, the only weight it's pulling is me, and it really is handling all of that fantastic. It's just a lovely bike. I can see why they made it. I can understand it. Let alone, apart from the fact that it's just drop dead gorgeous and pretty. But we're coming up to this coastal road now, and we'll get to see a bit of the sea, and it's very what a pleasant day. Bloody cold though, I will tell you now. It is bloody freezing. I came out, I did have a quick look. It was like 2 degrees, but when you're moving through the air, it's well below freezing. At least it feels below freezing, the old wind chill or whatever they call it. But it's so bright. It is so clear. The air is so clear. It's lovely. And you just see the sun bursting through the clouds over the sea. It's worth getting out just for that. Really is worth just having a run out, and especially on such a pretty little bike. I have to say that the engine note and the exhaust note, it makes it sound more like a much bigger bike than it is somehow. It doesn't sound like a 250 at all. You're very happy just riding this thing like it was a bigger bike, except for this handling. It is so light. You almost you're almost riding it with your mind. You sort of think you're going to go into a bend, and you do. It's that quick, it's that sharp. It is, I guess, typically Italian in that they know how to make bikes talk to you, and this bike really does. Very impressed. What's going on up here now? Here's where the road does get tight. I might have to roll down a gear. I know I said I wasn't going to, but if people start pulling up in front of you, you've got very little choice. No, I've not knocked it down yet. It's still in top, and we are creeping along. It is a smidge under 30, and there we go. Oh no, it's just a guy turning off. Yeah, just squeeze the throttle. Tiniest bit of hesitation, maybe. Look at that sun bursting through the clouds. That is really pretty. It's a nice place to live, really is. Okay, so I'm just squeezing the throttle from 30 mile an hour. Bloody sheep. Gonna have to knock them all the way down now. Okay, not to worry. It does feel very flexible for such a small engine. It is buzzy, it does like to be revved, but it also has this flexibility about it. There's another bit further on where I can try this flexibility and we can see how, or I can see how well it is. But no, there's just no faulting it. It's a nice motor. It's a really good motor. What would I change? Maybe the handlebars a little bit, just because I'm old, but it's only, I am being very picky in saying that. It is very comfortable. I can see me riding this bike a lot come the summer, you know, popping out to the shops or whatever. It really is a nice little machine, and it started up so easy. Second kick, third kick or something, and it's not hard to kick out because it's only two little 125 cylinders, you know, to make it up, and it just picked up right away. It is a little gem. I understand the bike, I really do understand it, and the handling is superb. I'm not keen on the bright yellow wheels, I'll be honest, but if that's the only thing you're going to complain about, get a can of paint. But it really is enjoyable, and it's an enjoyable day for me to ride. Cold, nonetheless. Oh, cattle grids! I hate cattle grids. I like to go. Cars go over them slowly around here for some weird reason. I like to zip over them quick. They don't seem to knock you about quite so much. Right, if this guy hopefully is going to pull away or pull off in this next part of the village, because there's a particular little bend where it's a slow left-hander and an ever such a gradual gradient out of it, but it's really slow. So we'll be able to test it there for the flexibility, you know. You'll see where this guy's going now. It looks like he might be turning off, because people do go down the right there. No. What's he doing? Good, he's going to go. Brilliant. Right, this is the left-hander I was saying. It's very slow, a very slight gradient after it. I'm not going to change down, I'm going to keep it in top, down into it, open it up, squeeze it gently. Yeah, it's fine, it's pulling. It's not fast, but it's pulling quite steadily. Now, wow, it goes onto its cam, and we are away, and it really sings along. As soon as it gets around about 5,000 RPM, she sings. The shit kickers have been dropping crap all over the roads again. No, this little bike is now singing, absolutely singing along. And it doesn't feel like it's trying to burst anything, it just sings. It's really cool little bike. I really do get it. I'll be turning off left here again, as most junctions around here. It's very slow because it's literally a hairpin for me coming from this direction into my into the street where I live. Yep, There we go. And this is also an interesting thing to try, because now it's the manoeuvrability with these lower bars. So we get on. Yep, not a problem. Absolutely sweet as you like. You can go around town on this thing, you can go around the lanes on it, you can have a lot of fun. The only thing I don't think it'll do is motorways. It is definitely not a motorway bike, but for everything else, what a lovely little bike. Yep, very pleased with this one. And that's it for the ride, guys. I'll talk to you all again soon. All the best. Excellent little ride.